Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Booth pregame.
You ready? No debate, cause it's all. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, corner booth.
I see myself. Kate, I feel like I have not officially said this. I've tiptoed around it. Kate, will you marry me?
Do I have to answer now? Or
No, you have time. You can think about it. You can think about a way to say no without hurting my feelings if you want.
Oh
lovely. I'll send you a letter.
Just don't even.
Right, cool. Thank you. Shit. I'll send you my address later so you can send it to my house.
Yeah, I'm never giving you my address. I don't want you getting that close.
Oh, I know.
I love that intro, but it's like I got to record a new one because Kevin only comes on as a rotating guest now, and I got to do one because now we do all our shows live for the Korner Booth itself, not just the pregame. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the Korner Booth podcast. I am your host Jerry Clem, alongside one of the newest rotating co-hosts here at the Korner Booth. Some may know him as Mr. Maserati. He is the genius behind that amazing intro we do every week. He's also one of my best friends, Mr. Yeffi Nunez. Right. He is also one of the sports fans, as you guys are going to figure out. And Joe, he's not even rocking his chain today, so it's like you really know he's all business.
It's nonchalant today.
Bro, listen, one time nonchalant, I shaved off about 1.5 pounds of hair off my face, so we'll see how it goes from here. All right.
Stepfather status.
Oh my Lord, don't even start with that yet. So unfortunately, we start off the show on more of a annoying kind of sad note. Last night was one of the greatest basketball games I've ever watched in my life. I'm not going to act like it wasn't. But unfortunately for myself and every other North Carolina Tar Heels basketball fan, it was just unfortunate how it ended. Congratulations to Kansas. You guys are a hell of a team. To the arena crew who screwed up the floor that killed Armando Bacot's ankle, you guys can literally all you lose your jobs or at least get fined. I watched the floor flex when he took a step, and I watched his ankle roll, and I'm like, well, there goes our season. And I call it next possession. McCormick gets the ball in the post and puts it right in. Not only did that game, I watched $2,000 slip through my hands. I also had to get up this morning on a $17 bet. I had to get up this morning and go to work and pretend like I didn't want to rip everyone's head off. Which, good thing for me, the only people I interacted with today was the guys installing my boss's hot tub. That's it. I did not have to interact with anybody today. It was kind of nice. And you know what? I enjoyed it because I needed some solitary confinement today. So by the time I got to the gym about 1:30, everyone kind of left me alone. I was in a good mood already. But either way, I will
16 points, dog. 16 points.
Listen, everyone, oh my God, 16 points. It's like, and then North Carolina took the lead back. So did Kansas. It's like, oh my God, 16 points. Congratulations. The Tar Heels lost by 4. Like, everyone's like, they're going to talk about the halftime lead, but at the same time, it's like Kansas is a second half team. And one thing I think we're all ignoring is that North Carolina was an 8 seed, only basically played 6 guys the entire game, 2 of which were injured. Our best player, Kobe Love, and our second best player, Armando Bacot. And we still fought the champs to the last bell. We were a better 3-point shot away from tying that game. So what I want people to understand is that you may talk all the crap about North Carolina you want. They shouldn't have been there. North Carolina should not have been there. When we were talking before the tournament, I heard UConn, I heard Arizona,
Duke,
Gonzaga, Baylor, Duke, Houston, Texas Tech. You could keep going, but at the end of the day, when
St. Peter's.
Stop. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But with North Carolina, they were this I jokingly bet on them on my buddy Cruz's show. Shout out to Cruz, by the way. I was living vicariously through him while he's doing the Barstow New Orleans stuff down there in the for the Final Four. But I said on his show, the Oxcord podcast, I think you can go back and check it out. I think it was on their episode 4 weeks ago, right before the tournament. It was I just said, you know what? North Carolina has a good starting 5 that can beat almost anybody. And then I watched them do it up until the final week until the final game of the season. So as much as yesterday sucked, last night I literally went out, smoked a cigar, finished my Busch Light, and went to bed angry as hell. Woke up this morning still pissed off, but went to work anyway.
Aggressive.
Oh my Lord, I was just so mad. But yet, surprised, didn't smash, break, or throw anything. That was the impressive part. So, because I was just sad because it wasn't even like we lost on some bullshit or North Carolina lost on some bullshit or there was some questionable.
Jayhawks came back.
Jayhawks are a damn good team. They're one of the 4 best teams in the country. North Carolina wasn't even ranked at the start of the tournament. They were ranked 36th in the country. So the 36th ranked team took the number 2 ranked team to the wire. I'm okay with it. And honestly, if it wasn't for Caleb Love's ankle getting rolled, we probably would have put him away.
Probably.
But you know what?
Probably.
Yeah, here's the thing is, the only person I think we're losing at starting 5 as of right now is Brady Maddock, which is going to stink because I love that dude, that Larry Bird Viking hybrid looking mother effer. But you know what? Puff Johnson, the new guy on the block, man. His brother's tearing up for the Suns right now in the league. His brother won a national title at UNC, and Hubert Davis basically just showed the world. It's like, yeah, UNC's back. They took about a 4-year hiatus after they won in 2017, but they're back. So it's going to be a fun time. Next season's going to be, I think North Carolina is seriously a threat to just run through the ACC because I think Duke next year. So I'm going to say this off the bat. Coach K, as much as his retirement will annoy the shit out of me, he's still the best college basketball coach of all time.
What's the over and under on him coming back next season?
Hard 0. Watching him walk to that floor was a little sad.
You don't think he's going to pull up Brady?
No. There's no Brady here. This is unlike Brady. Brady just did it for some attention. If you ask Bruce Arians,
it's true.
And listen, Brady can still ball. Coach K, man, he looked like he was struggling to get to the court.
Yeah, I did see.
I think he just wants to relax. Mm-hmm. That's really what it comes down to. So, at the end of the day, I think that was it for Coach K, and I am so glad his first and last loss were both at the hands of the UNC Tar Heels. Oh my Lord! You know what? Hey, listen, it did suck losing last night, but Saturday made up. Saturday was so good; it kind of made yesterday hurt a little less. But all I'll say is this was a great tournament. And I was talking about this when I was on Man
Very
Hour.
Unpredictable.
Oh, very. Yeah, I mean, you took a shot to the face of UConn on the first week. Of
both the men and the women's were.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
I didn't expect UConn.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I watched 30 seconds of the women's tournament. I could care. Listen, they are extraordinary athletes, and their game is very good. I've just never watched women's basketball. I watched it when I had to work at the damn tournament itself back in 2016. But besides that, I could have cared less. It's like I don't watch. It's like how I don't watch hockey. I watch it literally for the final 5 weeks of the season when it's playoffs. That's it. It's like when it's not a basketball day, I am enjoying my night with not having to suffer through watching college basketball. Also, I have no dog in the race. There's no reason for me to watch it. But with so like we could talk about this all we want, but like one of my favorite parts of this tournament was every game was close. There was no blowouts. Bro. I mean, except for Miami getting their head kicked in the Elite Eight. But besides that, I'm going back on my memory. There was very few 15, 20-point blowouts. Everything was close enough. I mean, Villanova looked like they were getting their head kicked in too. But then again, I think Villanova was just happy to be there.
and we watched a couple of games as well too, and it was very unpredictable to say the least. But even like I said, the women's were very unpredictable as well too.
I mean, yeah, who would have called South Carolina winning? I mean, everyone so you know what? It's interesting now how I just I was talking about this when I was on Man Hour Radio. The show aired this yesterday morning. I was on over the weekend, and I was saying to their host Mike, I said, listen, why I think this tournament is so much better. This is the first tournament where NIL deals are in effect. So now you have guys staying for 2, 3, 4 years because there's no rush to make money. They're making money in college. Some of these guys are making more money in college than they're making the pros. So a lot of these mid-level guys, the late first-round guys, will stay in the league, stay in college for another year to get better because they know, oh, hey, I can make a lot of, like, I guarantee, like, at least, I think one North Carolina guy will probably go to the league. But I think we'll get possibly one more year out of Baycott. Definitely getting another year out of Caleb Love and RJ Davis. And you know what? With Puff Johnson and maybe another one of those big name recruits that's probably going to come our way now, that they basically just shock the world.
Yeah.
North Carolina's going to be good. And it's like, and it's funny. It's like now the one, and you hear this year a lot. There's very little talk about one and dones now because. Yeah. Nobody gives a shit anymore because now it's like guys are getting paid. There's no rush to get to the league. So I'll put a bow on this for the tournament, and Jeff, I'll let you get your thoughts in here. This was the best NCAA tournament I've watched since 2008. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed every game I watched. There was like 3 games where I was like, all right, I've had enough of this, and click. I thoroughly enjoyed 2008 when North Carolina upset. No, technically 2009, but it's the 08-09 season when North Carolina and Tyler Hansborough took the title. That tournament was insane because that was the tournament where it was Villanova, Michigan State, and UCLA was the Final Four, and it was electric. But that was a crazy tournament. I mean, I guess like the Butler UConn one was pretty good too. But after that, like a lot of these tournaments have like the Anthony Davis when it was all one and dones that took that tournament. I think it was 2012. That one sucked, and then the rest of them were kind of anticlimactic. Even 16 and 17, which both had amazing championship games. With North Carolina versus Villanova, we all how that one ended, and then North Carolina versus, I think, Gonzaga.
Kentucky? Oh, yeah.
It was Gonzaga. And you know what? It was just like, except for like the Elite Eight and the Final Four, all the opening round games were blowouts. This one was so competitive. All these mid-majors in small schools were putting up a fight, which made this so much more entertaining. So, in all honesty, I think this is the most fun tournament I've watched in the last, I'd say at least decade. So that's my thoughts on it. And also Tar Heels will be back, and I'm very proud of North Carolina. They honestly, they played like champions. And you know what? They took an L, and Baycott's injury, I knew was going to catch them. Once Caleb Love hurt his ankle, I was like, oh, we're screwed. And when Love couldn't start hitting threes, I'm like, this is going to bite us in the ass later. So, you know what? It happens. You can't win every title game you go to, and congrats to Kansas. What would you say to put your final bow on this March Madness?
I mean, like you said, it was great. It was definitely unpredictable. A lot of these small school teams came out and did their thing. I didn't really expect UNC to make it that far, to be honest. Once UConn was knocked out, I'm like, all right, well, a lot of these other teams that are lower seeded aren't really going to make it, past the Final Four. But, obviously that was wrong. And, I'm hoping that what UConn does with their females, that they do that with the men. And hopefully we can start making a run again come next season. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
You know what? It's so funny. Like, I'm not at I know you're a UConn fan for basketball. I'm not. I grew up with getting shoved down my throat. So for me, UConn, I'm just like, well, so Southern Connecticut, where I went to school, when they were good while I was in college. They were ranked in D2, I think they made it as high as 8. And one of the biggest things for me was we got to go see them play UConn, a preseason game. And I hated UConn so much that me and some of my friends were like trying to pick fights with the UConn fans. We were the only.
Oh my
There was a
God.
southern section in UConn's arena, and then it was the rest was UConn, and we were just trying to fight them.
You went to stores?
Yeah, we went up to. I've only been to stores once in my entire life, and it was for that game. And I literally was just
man. It's amazing, isn't it?
Actually, no. I actually went. I think I somehow ended up at whatever the bar is. The main bar is that it's always overpacked. But that was 4 years ago. I can't remember anything at that point. Anyway, or 5. Whenever I was a senior in college, I can't remember. Anyway, so with UConn, I've never been a UConn guy at all. But then again, it's the same way I have never really been a LeBron guy. I tried like UConn football. I'll root for all day because I never had an issue with the program. But UConn basketball, when I was a kid, was shoved in my face. And me, I've always been a rebel. You know how I've always been. I don't like authority. I literally said, "Screw y'all! I'm going to go pick the team that just beat you. That's going to win the title this year." Ironically, I picked the team that was going to win a title in a year and a half, North Carolina. So this was back in like 02-03. So while I was like second grade. So
okay,
a little farther down the pipes. But you know what? Honestly, that was a great tournament. I can't complain whatsoever. But all right, moving on. Tiger Woods is officially playing in like all signs are looking like he's gonna go. Now
I hope so, bro. I hope so.
Oh my God, he's my favorite golfer, man. I want to see him play. I'm not gonna watch the Masters if he ain't playing. But through some connections I may or may not have, I may have found out that he was going to try to play as of Sunday morning. I was not allowed to say anything until it was released publicly when he was on the course. So I basically had to keep my mouth shut for like 6 hours. I'm like, I'm just going to go to the gym and play Xbox so this goes public. So I don't say anything like an idiot.
Well, bro, if he does make a comeback, then we're definitely watching that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Having a couple of brewskis. It's been overdue. He's one of my favorite golfers as well. So
it's this Sunday, man. Listen, back nine. We'll do a live watch, the Korner Booth watch party for the back nine. Hopefully, on Sunday. Hopefully, Tiger's wearing the red and he's coming down. But
oh man,
oh my God, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm trying to find the odds right now because I was gonna try to do Here we go. I was trying to find the best odds right now. So right now, the current odds-on favorite. This is as of Thursday. No, it's as of Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon. Justin Thomas, John Ram, Scotty Scheffler, and Cameron Smith and Dustin Johnson, the 5 favorites. Johnson at plus 1,600 to win. Cameron Smith at 14. Scotty Scheffler at 1,200. Justin Thomas 1,200, and John Ram at 1,000. You go all the way down here. You scroll. Jordan Spieth at 22. Brooks Koepka at 2,000. Rory at 2,000. Those are good buys. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
If you want a good, easy buy for a throwaway champion, Rory, Brooks, both at 2,000. That's not bad. Jordan Spieth at 2,200. Tiger still at 4,000. That's where I got him at.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That's disrespectful.
No, listen, I love it. But you want to talk about value, right?
I love it too.
You want to talk about value, like Brooks Koepka to finish in the top 5. It's plus 400. That's a steal, honestly.
Wow,
that's not bad. You're gonna make at least 5 times your money if you finish top 5, which is very possible because he's one of the top 5 best golfers in the world right now. Yeah. Any other long shots I love? Oh, Bubba Watson plus 6,500 to win this. I like that, honestly. Like, listen, Bubba's won before. He's a long ball guy. Augusta's a weird course. I mean, this could work. I mean, listen, maybe it's gonna get more into golf because I've already played like 3 times this year already, and I'm playing number 3 on Saturday with an old college buddy, and me and Mr. Maserati here got to get on the course soon.
We definitely will.
Oh yeah,
we definitely will.
But yeah, dude, I maybe it's because I've been getting into golf so much, like playing it, like I'm just so about it, and just now I'm actually excited to watch the Masters because I'm actually taking the game seriously a little bit now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about taking the odds on Tiger, and to be honest with you, I like the odds on Bubba as well.
Dude, $6,500. It's like you throw $10, you throw $5 at it. You're still rolling away with a couple $100. It's like that's ridiculous. Oh my god, I love that. I might actually do that. I have like $8 left on my DraftKings account because I was supposed to have a lot more, but those schmucks at the Caesar Sportsbook Dome couldn't fix the damn floor, so Armando Bacot's ankle went.
Oh man.
So you know what? I'm a little out of it. I got $8 left for gambling on the Masters. All right, but I'm going to say this: golf to me was dead, and then Tiger's back.
Yeah.
And now I am like, okay,
Agreed.
one of my childhood athletes is back. I'm about it. Trust me, this has nothing to do with the fact that I've known his caddy since I was 7 years old. It's more of the fact that like I grew up when I was a kid. Tiger Woods PGA Tour was my favorite games to play.
Yes.
I loved playing that game. I sucked at it, but I love playing it. Like, when I go to the golf course, he knows this, ladies and gents. I wear a red Nike shirt every time I go to the course. So, it's always on that Tiger shit, even if it's a Saturday or a Friday. I mean, I wore a green one last time I was on the course, but I played like shit, so who cares? So I will say this. I think this definitely gives the Masters some more mystique. I think Tiger's only going to – he'll play this one. He probably will play the U.S. Open, but I think he's going to play 4 tournaments this year. The 4 majors. That's it. And then he's going to just kind of relax.
Yeah, I agree.
I think at this point he's kind of just got to take an easy one and take a chill because, he suffered a really nasty injury, and it's a miracle he's walking. It's an act of God he's playing. So you know what?
Yes.
Welcome back, Tiger. Thank you for making me watch golf again. I appreciate this. And I'm excited for this weekend. It's gonna be a good time. Also,
me too.
Also this weekend, Thursday, it's opening day.
Yes.
About damn time. Jeez.
Finally.
Opening day was supposed to be last Thursday, by the way. Oh yeah. Come on. You know how it is.
I know.
Listen, the Diamondbacks projected starting lineup. There's 5 guys in the lineup who are my age or younger. Scary.
Wow.
I'm kind of like it though. All those dudes have some battle experience from playing for that last place team last year.
Yeah.
Starting off, like the offseason was crazy because we had no signings we had a ton of signings right before the lockout started. And then all we talked about for 3 months was all the lockouts there. And then 4 days before my birthday, 4 days before my birthday or no, a week before my birthday.
Yeah, it was 4 days.
It was a week before my birthday. It was the Thursday before.
Okay, yeah.
We're back. Baseball's back. And I'm like, huh? Baseball back? And I'm like, oh my God, it's real. So like, I'm getting excited. I'm going to try to watch as much Diamondbacks baseball as I can until they start inevitably tanking. I mean, honestly, though, I'm not going to lie. I'm optimistic because.
As you should be.
Listen, the odds. We want to talk about some great odds? I locked them in to make the playoffs at a ridiculous number. I think I put. Oh, let me see. My bets. We're going in here, folks. Open bets. Here we go.
You're part of the NL West, right?
Diamondbacks to make the playoffs at plus 1,500.
Wow.
So I threw $10 down. I'm walking away with a hefty 160 off them just making the playoffs. I mean, it's not much. I mean, like, listen, I made that yesterday at work, but still, it's free money, right? Or semi-free money.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I'm ecstatic for that. I mean, like, there's also some good bets. So right now, first off, I want to say this. We all know that the LA Dodgers are the odds-on favorites to win it all. Like, I think even Vegas, or they don't choke in the playoffs. Come on, let's be realistic here. The health has never really been the issue with the Dodgers. It's more of how fast are they going to choke. So they're the odds-on favorite, only plus 475. Okay? For retrospective, the Baltimore Orioles are plus 30,000.
Wow.
Pirates plus 30,000, Diamondbacks plus 2.5, Colorado 2.5, Athletics, who spent Jeff, if I buy MLB The Show today, which I won't, it's on Game Pass, there's no reason for me to buy it. I get it for free, basically, or I get it for the $15 I pay a month, whatever. If I buy that game, right? I spent more money this offseason than the Oakland A's have. That's for a team that almost made the playoffs last year. That's fucking horrifying. So
Yeah.
I'm looking at like teams, and there's like surprise teams, right? So I like did the math in my head. I was looking at all the divisions. So the AL East, we know what we're getting. I think it's gonna be Yankees. Yankees are going. If the Yankees can just keep their pitching in line, they're gonna get a wild card spot. Because the problem is they've got two of the best damn teams. The problem is Boston Red Sox might go finish at fourth. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. The only thing that they've done
Toronto is loaded.
Yeah,
Toronto's loaded. And then so
no
is
pitchers,
Tampa.
though.
Tampa doesn't lose. So I think New York and Tampa are going to go neck and neck, but I think Toronto runs away with the division this year. We're going back to the Joey Bats days, baby. That lineup is ridiculous. They have by the way, the Blue Jays have the second highest odds, Yankees third highest. So listen, like they might finish 1A in that division. Of course the Astros, Braves, Mets. I think the Mets dodged the bullet. If DeGrom's only out for a month, like most of these playoff teams have a crap April anyway. The Mets just start off like a 500 team through April, and oh my God, by May they have their ace back. They still have Scherzer, and
Scherzer's injured too, right?
Yeah, but he'll be back by the week. He'll be back soon. No, it's like the problem is with the Mets. It's like if they get healthy, oh sweet Lord.
Well, you can say that about a lot of teams, though, especially with the Yanks.
If
healthy this.
Yeah, okay, so let's examine it then. They're plus 1,100 to win the World Series. I'm not touching that. That's bullshit odds.
Absolutely not.
Hell no. White Sox, Brewers as well. Listen, like the Brewers, we know what we're getting. They have a loaded pitching staff. They have a decent lineup. And Yelich is just another animal. The Rays, of course. Mm-hmm. Philadelphia Phillies is one team that's weird to me. Because I think they're going to be an NL wildcard team. I think the Mets are going to miss the playoffs. You want my hot take? I think the Mets are going to be the first team out. They're going to catch. I think because there's going to be two teams out of the NL West who make it at minimum. I think you're going to have. I think the Giants and Dodgers make it, but the thing is, like, you may have a surprise team like Arizona. If their pitching staff holds up and their hitters keep like finish on how hot they were, I would almost take the Mets as the Mets is that one team that misses out because a team like Arizona or a team like not Cincinnati, because Cincinnati spent negative dollars in the offseason, but a team like the not the Cubs, Jesus, a team like the Padres sneaks in the back end as well.
Oh, most definitely.
So the problem is with the Mets, it's like it really comes down to like injuries, obviously, and also it's the fact that their lineup's great, but you got to prove me you're going to win the game. Like the last time I remember the Mets being, besides 2015, which was like this anomaly of all things, right? The last time besides 2015 where I felt like the Mets were good was just like 2008, 2007, Carlos Delgado years, like
David Wright,
Carlos
Jose
Beltran.
Reyes.
Like I'm just like that was last time I actually remember like the Mets being dominant. They had Johan. They had a young Johan. No, Johan wasn't even on the team yet. I think they had Pedro at that point.
Yeah, they had Pedro and Johan. But my thing is this: I feel like the Mets are like the Cowboys. They're an accident waiting to happen. I feel the same way, where it's like they're gonna be in contention up until August or September, and then they lose the next couple of series, and then literally they're back where they started. People have these high hopes for the Mets. So they spend this, they got this player, they got that player, but it just they're not that team.
I think the story with the Mets is just prove me wrong. That's what it is. It's prove me wrong. Prove that you can stay in and be healthy, and if you can, oh my God, great! You have a loaded lineup and a great rotation. It's like
you do what you're supposed to do,
and your bullpen is pretty good, right? So it's like you do what you're supposed to. It's like great. Welcome to the playoffs. Like when the Mets are good, it's kind of fun. It's like the Knicks. It's like you don't hate them, but it's like kind of fun. It's like they're the lovable losers.
Yeah.
But honestly,
They're in a tough division too, though. They're in a tough division. I feel like, I was speaking with one of my buddies who's also a Mets fan. He's like, "Oh man," he's like, "Oh, we got DeGrom now. We got Scherzer. We got 2 Cy Youngs. When's the last time that happened?" So I had to educate him on when that happened several times, and then also, it's like they needed to make those moves because, first of all, the Braves are the defending champions.
And Steve Cohen has this whole reputation of spending money. It's like, how would you spend it? So they did.
Yeah. And, just thinking about the NL East, they've been crowned out of the 3 years, they've had 2 championships. They've had the Nationals in 2019, and then they had the Braves last year. So it's like, if the Mets want to compete, they had to make these moves.
Yeah, we also don't count the 2020 season. That was just bullshit. So it has nothing to do with who won. It's just we just don't count 2020. It was a bullshit season.
Agreed.
Either way, I am looking forward to a decent, like a fun 2020 season. I am a 2022 season. I am looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a good time. I love, what my favorite part of this is though, Jeff, is the picks for awards. You want to talk about fun stuff? All right, player awards. So, American League MVP. Wander Franco at plus 1,800. He played like 60 games.
He's a beast, though. He's a beast.
Oh, he's a beast.
We were scouting him. We were scouting him.
Come on, man. It's like, listen, I get this kid is like the highest prospect besides Billy Witt, who, by the way, was Billy Witt, who made the Rays roster. I mean, the Royals roster is the number 1 prospect in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, come on, man. Like, let this guy get a little running room. But, of course, you have the usual.
Vladdy Jr.
Yeah, well, listen, Vladdy Jr. is number 3. Plus 500. Shohei is the leader in the clubhouse at plus 3.5. Trout at 4.5. Aaron Judge, 1,800. Wander Franco, 1,800. Rafael Danvers at 2,000. Luis Robert, 2,000. Jose Ramirez, which I'm like, he's going to switch teams during the season. Why does it matter? Plus 2.5. Buxton, 2.5. Byron Buxton at 2.5. That's like, they're stretching. I mean, I could see it.
Yeah,
but I feel like that should be a lot more. Alvarez at 2.8. I like that. Corey Seager, I love Corey Seager at 2.8. That's a great run, especially if Texas is as good as we think they're going to be.
Yeah.
Correa at 4,000. Any other notables? You got Jesse Winkler at plus 5,000. Bregman 5,000. Springer 5,000.
Altuve.
Any other? Altuve's way back there. You have some fun ones. So you have Suarez at plus 9,000. And Matt Chapman, who just joined the that loaded lineup in Toronto at plus 9. You have Tim Anderson at plus 7. That's another one I love for Chicago. Who I think Chicago is going to run away with the NL Central this year. I think the Twins are going to be selling by the deadline.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they're going to try. I honestly think they might try to deal Correa.
Wow.
Because you got to prove to me you can win games. Like, that's how it is. Great, you made a big signing, but is this like 2016 where the Diamondbacks overpaid for Greinke and they didn't make the playoffs? It's like, come on.
Or when you guys got Bumgarner.
Mad bum. That's the boy right there. All right, NL. Juan Soto is the leader in the clubhouse at plus 280. Acuna at 700. Bryce Harper 900. Mookie Betts 900. Freddie Freeman at plus 1,200. But then you get some.
Where's Tatis Jr.?
He's at plus 18, but it dropped because he's basically missing the first month of the season with a busted ankle.
Yeah, I guess.
Yelich at 2.8, it's a good value. I like that one. Pete Alonso at 2.8 is great.
Oh,
I love that at 2.8. That's like, I might take a flyer on that one because it's
the polar bear.
It's like, because he's gonna be top 2 in the league in jacks. We know this. He's gonna be top 10 in RBIs, and if the Mets are good, it's gonna even help his case more. Another one I love is see, now it gets weird once you get past like Cody Bellinger at plus 6,000 is honestly a great value.
He's been missing a lot of he's been striking out a lot.
Yeah, but it's training. Like spring training's weird, man. It's like if you have a good spring training, unless you're a prospect, they don't care. I remember how many years in a row A-Rod had crap spring trainings and come in the league and hit like 50 bombs. It wouldn't matter. Spring training to me is kind of like a peek behind the curtain. But yeah. No, I love this. No Arizona Diamondbacks are even on the list for winning the MVP. It's like the disrespect. Like Gene Segura at plus 10,000. Ian Happ. I don't even know who he plays for anymore. At plus 20,000. This is disrespectful, man. But yeah, no. All right, Cy Youngs. We'll speedball this a little faster. Garrett Cole, Robbie Ray, and Shane Bieber are the top three out of the
What's
AL.
the order? Who's favored?
Cole 1, Bieber 2, Robbie Ray 3. I still think smartly I would take Robbie Ray. He won last year. Justin Verlander plus 16 is just insane to me at his age. But I love Robbie Ray only because Garrett Cole, the spin rate did hurt him a little bit. But at the same time with Garrett Cole, it's like, if they can get a number 2 pitcher, I think this will help his odds. But the thing is, if Sevy can stay healthy.
Yes, that's all it is, bro. Sevy was our ace before he got injured. Yeah, Sevy was our ace.
Yeah, exactly. But I take, honestly, if I was going to take a favorite, it's like Robbie Ray plus 900. It's like, yeah, it's not great odds, but it's like, doing last year, he's going to a pitcher's park in Seattle. It's just going to make sense for him, especially with all of his power stuff. Shohei Ohtani at plus 1,800 to win the Cy Young. That's stretching a little bit, man. Any other ones I like?
Where's Chris?
Noah Syndergaard in a new spot, plus 4.5. Zach Greinke plus 9,000. Like, they're really stretching at odds here. NL, the top. Now? Tyler Glass.
He's coming back from an injury.
Yeah, I know, but he's NL though. Max Scherzer is number 1. Corbin Burns at number 2, 600, 700 respectively. Walker Buehler at plus 800. He's my favorite to win it. Walker Buehler is disgusting. He is at, like, when I see Walker Buehler on the Dodgers when we play them, I'm like, oh, fuck, we're losing. It's not like Kershaw, where Kershaw could not pitch to the Diamondbacks. He hated going against us. Mm-hmm. But Walker Buehler just looks unhittable. DeGrom, his numbers dropped plus 1,200. I mean, still possible. I mean, I wish they dropped a little more for him missing a month of the season. Any other guys I love? Ooh, Blake Snell plus 4.5, I think is kind of and Marcus Stroman at plus 600. I mean 6,000. It's not bad. Like, there's a couple of like guys you could really take a stretch on here. Mad Bum plus 9,000. We're rolling. Oh my god. Yeah, could you imagine? No, I can't even remember. I didn't even realize Adam Wainwright was still in baseball. It was just hysterical to me.
Awesome.
Oh my god.
Favorites.
Oh my god. I remember him in 2012 being like the up and comer.
Bro, Pujols is in the league still.
Yeah, he just divorced his wife after she got brain surgery. Dude's a scumbag.
Jeez.
All right. AL Rookie of the Year numbers. The last one we'll do. Bobby Witt Jr. opening up at plus 310. Spencer Torkelson at plus 4.5. And Julio Rodriguez at plus 4.5. I mean, Bobby Witt Jr., yeah, I kind of get it. The Rookie of the Year odds get wild after, you got guys at plus 20,000. I still think Bobby Witt Jr., just because, like, the hype around him is going to be ridiculous. Even if he puts up a 285 and 25 jack season, 25, 30 jack season, still get it. Come on, they gave it to Angel Baroa in 03, okay? Like, that dude made it 5 more years in the league before he was out. All right, National League Rookie of the Year, leader in the clubhouse is Seiya Suzuki, NL Cruz or Hunter Green. Another guy to watch is from my Diamondbacks, actually, is Alec Thomas at plus 2,000.
Okay.
Who's going to make the opening day roster, and he might, in that outfield. Diamondbacks have a bunch of Swiss Army knives in their lineup, so look for him to get a lot of playing time at center field. Dude's a freak. Seth Beer is another one I like as well, plus 3,000. Any other ones I really like a lot? Yeah, no, that's about it, honestly. Everything else after that's like guys who are really you're just kind of stretching for. But yeah, no, that's baseball preview. We'll talk now. Me and Jeff are going to make a couple predictions for who's your surprise team? Who is your team that you think is going to catch a lot of people by surprise and like just sneak into the playoffs? It's not going to make any sense, but it's going to be great.
From both the AL and the NL?
Both AL and NL. You need two.
To be honest, from the AL, I'll give it to the Angels. If they stay healthy, to be like they've been getting beat down by the Stros for these past couple of years. A lot of my Houston buddies always talk crap about the Angels as well, but I think the Angels take the division this season. And from the NL side, I mean, to be honest, I can see the Nationals winning the division, especially with a healthy Juan Soto.
Wow. Okay. For the AL for me, it's not really a surprise, but it's more like it's like a no shit. I think the Mariners win the division in the NL West. I think they have such a fun lineup and they have a good rotation. And I think Correa was kind of like not the lifeblood of Houston, but I think like he's going to be a hole in that lineup.
Oh, of course.
And so they're going to be that surprise team that comes out of nowhere. My surprise team for the NL, this is not homerism. I just have a weird belief in all these young guys. The NL West is a weird division. You have this, it's so front loaded with the Dodgers, but the Giants needed everything to happen right for them to win 107 games.
But
you lose Chris Bryant. You lose Chris Bryant. You lose Chris Bryant. You also lose Buster Posey to retirement. Yes, they got Rodon, but I don't love the lineup, and they're always bad every other year. So give me Arizona sneaking in as a wild card team because it's a bunch of young, aggressive hitters, and they've been hitting the cover off the ball in the preseason. Okay. If you really want to cancel that one out and say, you need a better NL surprise team, then I'd say, give me the Miami Marlins to win 85 games.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think like they're going to surprise people. But if you really don't even like that one, give me the Philadelphia Phillies to win the division.
I can see that though.
Because that lineup's disgusting, and their pitching isn't awful. It's not great, but it's not awful. And it's like the Braves won last year with okay pitching and a great lineup. So I think the Phillies going to shock a lot of people. I think Phillies win the division and Braves get the wild card and Mets miss the playoffs, which is going to be hysterical because after all the money they spent. But
I love it.
Moving on to the meat of the sandwich now. We are talking NFL news. So the big news yesterday was my Philadelphia Eagles made what everyone thought was a blockbuster trade, right? So
slow day at the office.
It's slow day at the watch it there, Mr. Daniel Jones is my franchise quarterback. So in all honesty, if I'm looking this in the like face to face, yes, the Saints were smart. They know they have to make a move now. There is no way around it. They have to get players. They are in a win now mode, which I find ironic because Jameis Winston's their quarterback right now. But with everything lined up, so the trade goes as follows. The Eagles are sending their 16th, 19th, and their 194th pick to the Saints for the Saints' 18th pick. Remember, the Eagles still keep their 15th pick. The 101 in the third round. So now the Eagles have 2/3 or 3/3. I can't remember. I think they had multiple in the third or fourth round of this year. I can't remember. And they're also getting the number 237th this year in the seventh round. The Saints' first round pick next year, and their second round pick in 2024. So I love this for Philadelphia for three reasons. One, you still have two first round picks. So you still win. You move up a spot. You're still in the teens. You're not picking the 20s at all now. On top of that, you get a first-round pick next year on top of yours. I have a feeling the Saints are going to have a losing record because they're going to overpay for something and it's going to go wrong. Because Brady and the Bucs, we know they're going to win 10 games, at least 10 to 12 games. But we know the Falcons are going to be an easy win for everybody. If the Panthers get a decent quarterback, they may actually win some games. So the Saints at best are a 9-8 team to me.
It depends because they're also getting back Michael Thomas. now they are in position to draft defensive studs. And yes, we can agree that Brady's going to run a ring with the division. But what happens when he faces the Saints?
Well, I think that whole Saints little voodoo curse is gone now that Sean Payton's not their head coach anymore. All right. But I will say this, though. This is smart for Philadelphia for two other reasons. One, you now still have enough ammunition to draft a bunch of guys this year and see what you got with Jalen Hurts. Okay? And if Jalen Hurts is a franchise quarterback, you still have 2 first-rounders next year. You can either trade away or go get more weapons at cheap rates. Or if Hurts is not the guy, let's say we have another first-round exit where he looks atrocious in the first round, right? Which is very possible because the way Dallas' offseason went, it's looking like it's a Washington-Philadelphia playoffs this year, which is just weird to say. The Eagles can go trade up and go get a Bryce Young, go try to take a flyer to Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Tyler Van Dyke, JD Daniels, whoever's coming out. So it's a nice position to be in because now the picks are flexed out. You have a couple this year, a couple next year. You still have more picks in half the league, and you have more ammunition to work with if the Hurts experiment fails. If it doesn't, you still have all these picks. So I love it. Howie Roseman's covering his bases, and hopefully now we pick actually the right receiver for the first time in 5 years, and see what happens from there. I love the pick for New Orleans. I like it because you know what, you can't rebuild. You got all these star players. You can't try to say screw it where they're just gonna throw in the towel. New Orleans hasn't been rebuilding since 2005, which I think they're kind of long overdue for a rebuild.
Yeah.
But I think I really have it's a weird thing. I have a weird feeling they're going to trade up to go get a quarterback. Maybe if Willis is off the board, they'll go get Kenny Pickett or Sam Howell, which either of those I would love because I love seeing the two of those get demolished by NFC South defenses. But I think the Eagles won the trade. The Saints didn't lose, though. It's one of those where it's like, yeah,
I think it benefited both teams. That's
what I'm saying. I think it benefited both teams, but I think the Eagles definitely won because they got more out of it. But New Orleans didn't lose. They just, they got what they needed, but they definitely paid a price for it.
I'm glad this is recorded because you said that, the division is definitely going to be down to the Eagles and the Washington Commanders. So we're going to revisit that.
Commanders. Bum, bum.
We're going to revisit that.
What? I'm sorry. You thinking Big Blue's going to make a run?
I mean, if everyone stays healthy, I think that we definitely have the personnel to make a run.
Okay, so I will give you this. Big Blue got better. They got better in the offseasons. They went from being a complete dumpster fire to being a tire fire, which is great. If Dable is as good as I think he can be as a coach and as a coach and offensive mind, you know what? They may actually be a decent team. I am taking the Commanders as a default kind of number 2 because I think
you love Carson Wentz. It's all good.
Do not mention that man's name on this podcast. No, I think Carl Wentz will make a couple plays where you're gonna be like, holy smokes, the Washington football team or Commanders or Commies, whatever the hell they're called, is gonna be great. And what scares me is if I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, I am shitting bricks right now. Bleacher Report just released a story about 2 hours ago about how are the Cowboys overthinking themselves out of a playoff spot.
Well,
they lost Amari Cooper. They haven't replaced him. They didn't fix any of the problems in their secondary or their pass rush. They lost Randy Gregory. Yet they still have Zeke on the roster, which I don't get. Well, I mean, I understand his value, but they're overpaying for him.
They got Michael Parsons. They re-signed Gallup.
Yeah, they re-signed Gallup, yeah. But you also have Dak's monster contract. Yeah, Mr. Glass. You have Dak's monster contract eating up cap space. Mm-hmm. And you have Tony Pollard you're losing in a year. And CeeDee Lamb you're going to have to pay at the end of next year, too. So it's not this coming year, next year. And Micah Parsons in 2 years. So
yeah.
My biggest thing right now, and Trayvon Diggs next year, it's, and I wouldn't pay Trayvon Diggs. Are you kidding me? Hell no. With Dallas, I still think they're going to be around the wild card. I want to see them act. Their draft is going to make everything for this season. They have to have not flawless, but they have to have one of the better drafts in the league this year.
I mean, essentially, they traded with you guys last year, and they had a phenomenal draft regardless.
Well, they also
drafted the defensive rookie of the year.
they basically they hit 1 out of 7, and their one was amazing, right? But
well, no, because they also they traded with you guys. They still got Parsons, and then they got Trayvon Diggs afterwards, which were the main focal guys.
Trayvon Diggs is in his second year. He's in his third year now.
Okay.
Because I thoroughly remember Diggs picking off Carson Wentz. That's why I know he's just a second year guy. Yeah, no, but you're right though. They definitely got Parsons, who was a all world type of player. I was wrong. I thought Parsons was going to struggle. I was wrong. I'll eat that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Joker with Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah was going to be great, but the problem is he plays for the Browns, so he's cursed. But with the Cowboys, it's like the NFC East is just so weird. Okay, so like I don't know what's going to happen because you have any team. I'm really going to say this: any team could win the division. Some are more logical than most, Philly and Dallas, but there are also some teams like Washington and New York who could make a run, and it's hard to predict that division. Of course, my heart says Philadelphia, and my head is even leaning that way because they're the one team in the NFC East this year who improved and did not lose anything that hurts them. Too bad. Now, we still have to wait to see what they do draft night. And apparently they're still in the running for Honey Badger, which I know they're not the favorite, but it's still a possibility. I mean,
and Stephon Gilmore apparently.
Well, that's the one I was. Well, the Stephon Gilmore one, I saw that one last week. I was like, cool. If he can play, I mean, like, I'd rather have Steven Nelson back because he's younger, but like Gilmore's still a Hall of Fame caliber cornerback. It's like,
yeah,
I'd rather Gilmore than Patrick Peterson. I'm kind of happy Patrick Peterson went back to Minnesota because it's like dude's losing a step. At least Gilmore can still cover, and Gilmore is our number 2 with Slay as our 1. That's not and Avonte Maddox in the slot. That's not a bad defensive backcourt at all. So, because Gilmore quietly had a great season for Carolina. So, listen, Marcus Epps was like our best like reserve safety last year, and he's apparently. Nick Sirianni's like, Rodney McLeod, we might take you back on a bargain deal, but Marcus Epps is going to be our starting safety. And I'm like, dude had some of the biggest plays of our season. So I love Rodney too. I just wish he'd stay more healthy, but I don't know how it's going to go as an Eagles fan. I really don't. I mean, I'm kind of
draft night is going to be amazing though. Draft night is going to be amazing.
Oh, by the
way,
mock draft number 1 gets revealed next Tuesday. Me and you guys' favorite draft analyst, my man Uke, belly up Uke on football. You can find him on Twitter. He, of course, came on to do our draft special. We broke down the top 5 positions. Me and him are doing our mock draft 1.0 next Tuesday. Of course, live on our YouTube, but we'll also probably kind of sprinkle it in. We might do it earlier because if I have off, I'll do it at 1 because the poor kid lives in Israel. So it's like 1 o'clock here is 7 o'clock there. It's like, that's ridiculous to me. So I feel bad because it's 2:30 in the morning. 6:30 here is, I think he said 1:30 there or 2:30 a.m. there. So the dude was, last time he was on my show, we did a draft thing. He was up to 4:30 in the morning helping me out. So,
jeez, bro,
dude's got dedication, man. I can't knock. He's a college student though, so I've done crazier things, or crazy enough, crazy-ish things, right? So next week, of course, we'll do our draft special as well. Yeah, no, the NFL draft's gonna be a fun time. It's with this trade now, it's a little easier for me to do a mock draft.
Now, my thing is, for draft night. Obviously, I know I tried to text you last year, and you were like, still coming off a high when you guys.
Bro, I was also Smear's reaction was like the greatest thing of all time. There's a video on his phone of him swearing, screaming, cursing the existence of the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys for swapping picks to hop ahead of him to get Devontae Smith. And then I had to hear for the entire preseason how Kadarius Toney is a better player. I don't think Kadarius. I know you're smarter than that. You are a lot smarter than that. Obviously, listen, Kadarius Toney. My biggest problem with him, yes, he is the things they said were so great about him were like, that's cool, man, but that doesn't make you a number 1 receiver. Makes you a good weapon, but it doesn't make you a 1A guy. where the things about Devontae Smith that made him a great player, his top perks were like what made him a number one guy. Mm-hmm. So I think Kadarius Toney could be a great number 2 receiver in the NFL. Seriously. That's honestly got opinion. I think he'd be a great number 2. Like in Madden, he'd be a great 82, 83 overall receiver, 85 maybe if he has a great Pro Bowl year. But I think the Giants overreached on him. They could have got him in the second round.
No, because Harbaugh in Baltimore.
Yeah, but it's hard. It's Harbaugh, man.
And Urban Meyer in Jacksonville was looking at Kadarius Toney as well.
Yeah, but Urban Meyer.
So the fact that the Giants traded back
to
where we are, we're like in 5th because of the Bears, and we still got a generational
better
weapon. All right, from your words, which was very disappointing. Talking about
who's your generation? You know who are you calling a generational weapon?
A generational weapon is Kadarius Toney. Because not only can he catch the ball well, but he has speed.
He's not even the best receiver in his own division from the rookies.
I mean, fair enough, because when we drafted Odell wasn't the best receiver out of the rookies either.
Do not compare those. That's disrespectful to Mr. Beckham.
Well, I'm just making a comparison to when the rookies had came out, especially when he came out from LSU. He wasn't the best rookie, coming out of that draft class, especially in our division, but time showed different. And that's going to be the same thing for Kadarius as well.
Buddy, I love you. I truly do. But listen, I think you're stretching on this one, okay? Listen,
I'm speaking facts. You know me.
Speaking facts, this is like hypothesis and like some Aristotle shit, man. You're really trying to stretch for this one. Listen, if Kadarius Toney is that good of a receiver, I'll eat it like I ate it with Justin Jefferson. And you know what? With Jefferson, I was just letting my fan-sided like kind of pick up. I was noticing today, I was watching some tape on Devontae Smith for the Eagles this year. I noticed why Jalen Reagor struggles to get open a lot. If the play isn't designed for him, he doesn't give a shit. There was a screen pass to Adams where he broke like 3 tackles and got a first down. Jalen Reagor off the box didn't do jack. So I think that's another one to look at. But
Reagor would get the ball thrown at him and he still would not know what to do.
Listen, he's not even he's not starting now. He's our 4th guy if he's lucky, because Pascal took his spot as as the other flanker with Quez in the slot, or they put Pascal in the slot. Either way, it's 3 big dudes who can catch and run. And apparently we still might go get another guy. So I don't know. It's gonna be weird.
We got to link up for draft night.
Oh, I mean, listen, I'm working draft night technically, so.
Me too.
For Belly Up, baby. No, for Belly Up. I'm literally going on camera.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing 2 rounds. But ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the week again. Everyone's favorite segment. It is time for Korner Booth Draft Board.
Hey.
Korner Booth Draft Board is, of course, brought to you by the amazing folks at eatsofficial.com. Promo code Korner Booth for 10% off. Me and Mr. Nunez over here, of course, have our amazing pairs. I have like 3 pairs at this point. Either way, promo code Korner Booth 10% off. These are bulletproof sunglasses. Not really. Don't actually shoot them with a gun. Don't be an idiot. But they're very indestructible. These take a lot of abuse. They don't scratch easily. I've worn them the darties, beach parties, graduations. I've worn them on boats. I've done everything with them. They are great sunglasses. I love them truly and dearly. Promo code Korner Booth 10% off. They are official sponsor of the Korner Booth podcast and the Korner Booth dartboard. Mr. Nunez, you want to know who's on my dartboard today?
Yes, sir.
It is LeBron James. So listen, his April 1st tweet about how he's out for the season. What's hysterical is I bought it for about 20 minutes because I'm like, their season's going so bad. It's honestly smart for him to take the rest of the season off.
Oh, God.
And here's the thing. And Magic Johnson, I think, was on Get Up yesterday, I believe. I believe it was yesterday.
First
or
take.
Maybe first
Well,
take,
he was
take.
on multiple shows.
Yeah. So he was talking about how they wanted DeRozan and to keep KCP and to keep Caruso.
Alex Caruso.
That team is fucking scary. LeBron, AD, DeRozan, Caruso, KCP. Good God, they're second in the West right now. But they wanted Russell. I love Brody. That's my dog, man. But the problem is Brody and LeBron styles don't mix. I could have told you that a month ago or a year ago. It wouldn't have mattered. They've never mixed. You could play with them in 2K. You won't win the finals. Sim it 1,000 times. You'll win once, and it's a lucky shot. I'm telling you right now, the LeBron is regretting going to LA. I think he seriously is. I think he's regretting recruiting AD.
He's regretting bringing Westbrook there when they could have had DeRozan. I don't think you regret going to LA if you won a championship there.
Well, he won his championship, yes, but now he's not going to win another one unless he goes to a new team.
Yes.
No, very fortunately. Thank God. Kobe's still better. AD, I think he's regretting AD at this point now too, because Anthony Davis, if I'm not mistaken, has only played at least at the most 60% of his games as a Laker.
Yeah, he's injury prone. What saved him that year that they won was having that long break.
Which allowed him to stay healthy, which is why most sports fans don't count the 2020 season at all, except for football. He's only a full season. I will say this though, before we sign off, because we've hit the hour mark, and of course, both of us have to go eat food, and also because we're at the end of our topics list. LeBron, to me, unfortunately, gambled on himself, and for the first year and a half, it worked. It did. It really did. He won a championship. He's won 3 championships in 3 different cities. It's a feat. I don't think anybody who's a star player, who's not named Robert Horry, can say, right? I think Robert Horry only won 2 teams with multiple championships, whatever. 3 teams, 3 championships, 3 cities. That's not 4 championships, 3 teams, 3 cities. It's not bad. And it gives LeBron something cool. And that's why he's a top 5 player all time. But I think LeBron over-gambled. He should have dipped after the 2020 season. Now he's locked in. And now he's banking on whatever team Bronny gets is going to be decent. But the thing is, we don't even know Bronny's going to be a top 25 player in the draft.
Well, I mean, because hopefully of the fact that they're probably going to get LeBron, teams are going to definitely.
But LeBron at LeBron at age 40?
Look at LeBron at age 37.
Yeah, but dude, I mean, look at dominating. Michael Jordan at age 37, Michael Jordan at age 38.
That's 2 different players, though.
Yeah, but
LeBron came in at 18, Jordan's better, and he's still dominating. Michael Jordan at 36 couldn't even hold a candle to what LeBron did at 36.
Yeah, but LeBron's career can't hold a candle to Michael Jordan's. So there you go. But all right. All I'll say is
about to eclipse Kareem for the most.
Who gives a shit? It's scoring. Bro. I'd rather chips, baby. I put Bill Russell.
That's a team thing. That's a team accolade.
Exactly.
Bro.
It's a team sport. You want to talk about? You want to talk about scoring in golf or tennis? Congratulations, they're individual sports. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today's member of the Korner Booth dartboard is Mr. LeBron James. We will be back Thursday with special guest Brad from Unbearable Sports. He's a riot. You guys will love him. Mr. Maserati may be joining us as well. We don't know. We're gonna have a bunch of mystery guests on Thursday for our live show. Next Tuesday, of course, mock draft 1.0. And you know what, folks? Have a great week. Enjoy yourself. And you know what? Go Diamondbacks. There we go. I said it. Peace.
Let's go.